Happy St. Patrick's Day. You may wonder why we are going to do an activity for St. Patrick's Day in religion class. Well, you're going to soon find out. I'm going to explain that to you. This is what we are going to make today. Do you know what this is? Okay, if you guessed a shamrock or a clover, you were correct. Okay, so I'm going to help you make this. Now you're going to need a few supplies. Okay, you're going to need some paper. You're going to need a marker. What color marker do you think you're going to need? Green, yes. Why are you going to need green? Because a shamrock, a clover leaf, is green, and that's the color of St. Patrick's Day. You might also, if you don't want to use a marker, you can use your paintbrush, your watercolor, okay? And you can paint your shamrock. So maybe we'll start with, well, I'm going to do both, okay? So you can see both, the painted shamrock and one with marker. You can also use your crayons, okay? All right, so I'm going to give you a moment. You can go ahead and collect your supplies, crayons, markers, or watercolor. And what color do you need? Green. And you're going to need some white paper. So you can press pause and then come back when you're ready to go. Okay, now let's start. I'm going to start with watercolor, okay? Now, Charles is helping me film this, and we want to make sure I have the right angle. Okay, there we go.
Hello.
Okay, yep, Charles is saying hello. Okay, I'm dipping my watercolor paint, my brush, in the green paint. Now what I'm going to do is, if you want to do it in the center of the page, I'm going to draw my first heart, okay? I'm going to paint my first heart. If you don't know how to make a heart, look at this here. It's almost a backward C, a C here and a backward C here. And let's try that. Okay. All right, just take your time. There's no messing up here, okay? All right, if you get that done, now watch what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna turn my paper, okay? All right, now I'm going to do another heart here, but I want it to touch the bottom of this heart. Okay, watch. Okay, I'm going to refresh my paint. Okay, I'm just going to add a little more there. You can do the same thing, kind of work on it. Okay, now let's turn our page back up straight. Okay, how many hearts do we have? 2, that's right. How many do we need? 3. We have got to do one more. Let's turn our page the other way, okay? All right, now start out here. I'm gonna need more paint. Okay, that's a letter C and a backwards C, kind of a funny C. Now, once you have all 3 of those made, go ahead and turn it right side up. You might want to get a little more paint. Okay, and start in the middle, and you're going to make your little tail, I call it. Okay? All right. Now, Miss Patrick, what does this have to do with religion class? We're painting. That feels more like art class. Yes, it feels more like art class. However, I want to tell you something. Do you remember I was thinking about something. Do you remember our lesson about Jesus being baptized? Okay, good. And John the Baptist baptized him in the river? Well, there's a Bible verse that goes along with this from Matthew chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. It says, "And Jesus, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water. And lo, the heavens were opened unto him. And he saw the Spirit of God descending like a, do you remember this? A dove, and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Okay, so our first heart of the shamrock represents Jesus. Okay, and then our second heart is the Holy Spirit, which came in the form of a dove, right? Our third heart is God the Father, okay, who spoke to Jesus when Jesus came up out of the water from being baptized. If you want to color those in, you can, all right? So you can make someone a St. Patrick's Day card, and you can explain to them that the shamrock reminds you of God, the Holy Trinity, okay? The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Okay, you want to make one with crayon? Let's do that. Or with marker. Okay, do you have another sheet of paper? Let's try it again. Let's make a card out of it this time. Okay, we could put it on the front, huh? What do you say about that? Let me move this. Okay, remember we're going to start with our first heart in the middle. And you know what? You could draw this for your parents and explain it, or for your brother and sister, and explain it to them as you draw it. Let's see. Your first heart, okay? We said that represents Jesus, right? Okay, let's turn it to the side. Our second heart, based on our Bible verse, right? Just keep it in order. That's fine. Any order is fine. The Holy Spirit, okay? The dove, remember the dove? Okay, turn it right side up. Go this way. Your last heart, okay? God the Father. Whatever order you share this in is fine, as long as you have three and you know who the three are. You put that little tail on there, okay? That little stem. I guess it's not a tail, is it? And if you want to color those in, you can, okay? And then you can write something very sweet, okay, on the inside of your card. So when you think of St. Patrick's Day and a shamrock, think of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And that's something you can share and see if you can see the hearts inside your shamrocks, okay? Happy St. Patrick's Day.